to tackle the Iranian threat, Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar announced during a press conference in Kyiv. Sa'ar said Iran poses a threat not only to Israel but to regional and global security, including Ukraine. He claimed Israel's recent strikes on Iran had pushed back its nuclear ambitions by years and damaged its ballistic missile and drone programs, the latter of which is used in attacks on Ukraine. Sa'ar urged Germany, France, and the UK to reimpose global sanctions on Iran through the snapback mechanism. Let's listen in to what Israel's Gideon Sa'ar and Ukraine's Andriy Sybiga have to say.
Iran not only threatened Israel, it threatened regional and global security. It threatened Ukraine. We decided today to have a strategic dialogue between our ministries on the Iranian threat. Our actions against its weapons and technology contribute to European security and to the security of Ukraine. Iran must not be allowed to continue its nuclear ambition.
Сьогодні предметні переговори з широкого спектру питань: безпека, гуманітарна та економічна співпраця, розвиток інновацій та спільні проекти. Україна та Ізраїль мають значний потенціал у сфері оборонних технологій. Настав час реалізовувати його спільно заради безпеки та стабільності обидвох держав.
We go to our guest discussion with Berzin Wagmar. He's joining us from London. Thank you, Berzin, for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Now, Ukraine's inclusion in the dialogue, traditionally centered in Middle Eastern security, marks a shift in its geopolitical alignments. Can you tell us why is that, and what does this timing state about Israel and Ukraine?
First things first, even before the February 2022 Russian-Ukraine war started, Iran was killing Ukrainians. And please recollect what happened in January 2020 with the crash of the Ukrainian flight from Tehran to Kiev, which saw all 176 dead on board. Tehran has not been made accountable for that, and there was denial on its part and subsequent acknowledgement that the Revolutionary Guards did fire a missile which brought down that civilian air carrier. So this is happening even before the war commenced in February 2022. Then what happened next is that what does Iran have to gain by murdering and massacring Ukrainians and supplying Russia and Putin with Shahid 131 and 136 drones, which it initially began and which are now produced with joint collaboration in Russian Tatarstan. Not only are IRGC Revolutionary Guard commandos operating in operational capacity in occupied Crimea, but Iran has also supplied short-range ballistic missiles, ammunition, flak jackets, and helmets to the Russian army. So the contention is, quite frankly, that Ukraine has held its patience for over 2 years plus years now, and it's high time something was done about Iran on this. And for Israel to come in at an opportune time is quite overdue. And it is only necessary that not just Ukraine and Israel face a threat, but the entire region, the GCC at large, does face a threat. That's to say the Gulf Cooperation Council states, for whom Iran has been an existential threat since 1979. A denial which is simply not on the cards.
Thank you very much, Berzin Wagmar, for joining us today all the way from London and sharing your insight. Now we move on to our next news. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath and one of the most influential figures in heavy metal, has died at the age of 76. The rock icon passed away peacefully, surrounded by family, according to a statement released by the Osbourne family. While no official cause of death has been given, Osbourne had been battling Parkinson's disease since 2019, and he underwent multiple surgeries in recent years. Known to millions as the Prince of Darkness, Osbourne rose to fame with Black Sabbath in the 1970s, helping to define the heavy metal genre with classic albums like Paranoid and Master of Reality. His solo career produced hits like Crazy Train and Bark at the Moon, while his family life became a global sensation through the reality TV series The Osbournes. His final performance took place on July 5th last year at Birmingham's Villa Park Stadium, a powerful farewell to the city where it all began. Fans in Birmingham have since set up a memorial to pay tribute to a man who forever changed the face of rock music.